What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hunter Call of the Wild, where we are going through every single map, unlocking all the maps, doing all the story missions. And today we're going to Sundarpatan, which is in Nepal. So, what we've got going on, we've got our same loadout. We're going to do the same loadout. Our class 1s are Goose and Hare. Then for the Frost is for the Moonjag, the fox, black buck, sheep, leopard, tar, Bersinga, nilgai. And then for our big boy rifle, we're using that for the tiger, buffalo, and yak. So let's get into it and see what Nepal has to offer.
Namaste. Welcome to the Sundarpatan Hunting Reserve. My name is Asmita Gurung. I work for the reserve as one of the conservation officers. Tourists come to Nepal from all over the world for the unique trophies you can hunt here, the Nor and the Tar. We use that foreign income to support our economy and our wildlife conservation programs, especially for endangered species. Protecting both fauna and flora in our beautiful country is something that is very dear to the hearts of Nepali people. Is this your first time here? Then I hope it will be an unforgettable assignment for you. Khana khayo? Oh, it means have you eaten? That's usually the first thing a Nepali person will say after meeting you. It's basically a greeting. I know you've been on the road for a long time to get here all the way from Kathmandu, so I'd be starving if I were you. In rural areas of Nepal, you don't see a lot of hotels, but rather something called homestays. People offer travelers food and a place to stay for a fee. I have a homestay myself, and you're more than welcome to come over. It's a great way to discover another culture on a more personal level, don't you think? My house is in a small village called Lek Banjang, in the hilly region. There, I've just sent you the location.
Yep, definitely gonna head over there so we can change out our clothes. Something tells me an Arctic ghillie suit is,
Hilly region. Oh, right. You know hill means something different in Nepal. Any mountain that has trees on it, we call it a hill. If not, it's a mountain. In Pahad, as we also call it, the mountains can be up to 3,000 meters high, and generally they don't have a lot of snow. But we also have valleys, meadows, plains. Further up north, that's where you'll find the very high mountains that we're maybe more famous for, the Himalayas, but we just say the Himal region. And if you go south, you'll notice the plains are completely different in everything: climate, vegetation, and wildlife. In a way, Sundarpatan is like a mini version of Nepal. Our country is made up of very different landscapes and a lot of different cultures and languages.
as I was saying, we're gonna change out our ghillie suit. However, um, it's really only good for, I suppose, if you draw a line like right through here and down. Up here, the Arctic ghillie suit works. Down here, it doesn't. So, I'm probably just gonna jump into a jungle suit, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, that's my village. In Nepal, we're usually very laid back. So once you found my house, just go in and get some rest if you need to. By the way, I cooked some sel roti before I left this morning, just in case. It's a traditional delicacy made with rice flour. Help yourself. You're welcome. Feel free to take a couple more for the road, alright? If you plan on trekking for hours on your own out there, you'll need some food. If you're ready, let's get started with your first assignment. Head south to the nearest lookout tower, and I'll fill you in on the way. Your timing couldn't be better, because we have a so-called problem tiger at the moment. We're currently gathering reports about the severity of the situation and cross-referencing our monitoring data with any footage from the camera traps. But we also need an expert tracker on the ground to help us locate that tiger and find out the reason for its unusual behavior.
The tigers on this map will actively hunt you, so you kind of have to be on your guard. Although they seem, from what I personally have seen on this map before, is they tend to hang out on the western side of the map.
As you know, hunting is illegal here, except in the hunting reserves. There's only one other in the whole country, called Sundarpatan. Sundarpatan is the more recent of the two. When they established this reserve, the government's goal was not only to develop hunting tourism, but also to fund our wildlife conservation strategy, with a special focus on threatened species. You must have heard of the mysterious snow leopard and the Bengal tiger, but we also monitor a lot of others, vulnerable or not. Wild yak, barasinga, Tibetan fox. Thanks to our efforts in the last 20 years, tiger populations are recovering rather well. But the flip side is, there are also more and more human-wildlife conflicts.
As I was saying, the Bengal tigers tend to hang out more towards the west side of the map, out over in here, especially right up in this region.
The reserve would be too large for only one warden, so we have a small team. Each of us is in charge of the region they live in and know best. Pahad, in my case. It's not the first time we've had a temporary contractor coming from abroad to work with us. Usually they're experts in a particular field. But you seem to be special. It's not just your track record as an ethical hunter, which is of course required here as well, but also for your hard skills in tracking, spotting, and harvesting.
The timing of the narration is horrible. Just spit it all out at once, please. Alright, well, I went through, got all the important stuff on the map done. So we got all of our fast travel points, all our lookout points, with the exception of this one that we're on. And I've smoked every single creature, at least one, except for a snow leopard. The snow leopards I know are up in this area, but I didn't even so much as see a track. So it is what it is. I did see something really cool right over here. I was walking down this road, and a black buck jumped out in front of me, a good looking black buck at that. And I was like, oh, I'm going to smoke that. And then I heard a tiger growl. And it turns out the tiger was chasing the black buck, which I had never seen before. And I was like, well, I'm not going to let this tiger go, because if I do, she's probably going to come after me instead. I'm a bigger meal. So I ended up smoking the tiger there. I did get 3 tigers. I think it was, yeah, here is where I got one. And then, was it here? I want to say it's actually further north. Yeah, further north. I got my first tiger over by this lake here, because I remember I got this and I was going to check out the lake, and that's when I heard the tiger growl. So I got one there, and I got another one somewhere in this general vicinity. And then surprisingly enough, yeah, got this one right there. This map, honestly, I'm not a big fan of it. The forests are incredibly dense. Like, getting a good line of sight, all I gotta say is good luck. Up north, I love hunting up north, even though it's all wintry and stuff like that, but it's definitely better. So basically, all this green stuff down here, it really is kind of a good luck hunting anything down here. You can, but it's incredibly difficult. You make way too much noise. You can't see piss all. You don't really get into the good hunting until you come up in these browner areas, and then up in here where there's like no trees and whatnot. So, yeah, it's not a great map for hunting in my opinion, but we'll get to that in a different video. For now, let's work on these story missions.
We call that region Terai, or the Southern Plains. It's very different from the rest of Nepal. It's a tropical climate with swamps and grasslands, similar to parts of northern India. Most people in Terai have a farm or livestock, but it can be tough to make a decent living there. Before we send you into tiger territory, can I ask you to make one ethical kill and harvest? Check the details on your hunter mate. We carefully screen all contractors to check both their hunting skill level and their ethics. I'm sure you understand why we want to make sure you can choose the right specimen and land an ethical shot. In Buddhism, all living beings are seen as equal. It's a principle that commands to not harm or kill without purpose. It doesn't mean that you can never hunt or kill, but you should never cause any unnecessary suffering. That's why even foreign tourists get a limited number of hunting tickets and a designated hunting block when they come here. You know, some of these animals have lived in Terai much longer than humans. For example, the tiger. So they are a valuable part of this world, just like us.
Well, that was a pretty lucky shot considering all these damn trees. Was not expecting that one to go through. Well, nothing for it but to pick it up. That's our one ethical kill. Assuming I hit it with the right gun. Now that I think about it, I don't know if I did. Are these guys gonna go aggressive? So the buffalo, the yak, and the tigers will try to kill you. I just want to make sure they don't go aggressive on me. And if they do, that I'm prepared for it. Alright, nice. Small silver. I'll take it though.
A very clean harvest. Well done. I can see why our counterparts in other reserves were always so positive about you. I can tell that you really are an expert tracker as well. It can be difficult to track specimens in that wet climate, even for Terai people. By the way, did you enjoy the celery? You've only just arrived, but you can probably guess how crucial food is in our culture. Now you and I can dig into that problem tiger together. You see, usually, the tigers and the humans' territories don't overlap. Both are wary of each other and keep their distance. But one of them is making the people in the Terai very nervous. She's been sighted a bit too close to settlements several times in the last couple of days. A really unique one too. A pseudo-melanistic tigress, if you can believe that. First time such a specimen is naturally born in at least 50 years. So we need to get to the bottom of this before any accidents happen. Let's start with the area where Tara was sighted last. Soon you'll meet another of the reserve's conservation officers. His name is Birendra. He and I have been working together for almost 10 years now, ever since I started working here. It took a while, but now I think we're friends. He's lived in the Terai his whole life, so he remembers the time before this region became part of the hunting reserve. Birendradai and I are actually from two different ethnic groups. Traditionally, we don't have the same culture and don't even speak the same language. For centuries, it was very hard to access certain hills and valleys. It's still the case nowadays, to be honest. That's why our country has an incredible cultural diversity. I think over 100 different cultures and just as many languages. Good thing that most people speak Nepali, our official language. I'm Gurung, and my people mostly live in various parts of the hilly region. Some of us are Buddhists, like me, and others are Hindu. Take Birendadai on the other hand. He's Tharu, a group of indigenous cultures that have lived in the southern plains for centuries. They're usually Hindu. Got it, thanks. That is where our tigress Tara was last sighted. It's important we try to find patterns in her roaming. Try to spot any recent bug marks and track them. Be on your guard, of course. You're on their turf now, not ours. I've been trying to call Birendadai since he was supposed to help you with the tiger and it's his area. But I guess he's on Nepali time. He's a good man. Don't count on him to show emotion, and get ready for some serious grumbling. But I've seen how he is with the teenager that helps him on the farm, so I know there's a heart behind that frown. That poor kid, Manish. His family's had it rough money-wise, so now he sees Birendadai like his grandfather, I guess. Well done. It's impressive to see your expertise as a tracker, even in terrain that was unfamiliar to you. So what have we got? What? Partially eaten livestock and a backpack only a few meters away. Could you take a closer look at the carcasses? I see. Based on how you're describing the teeth marks, I'll have to assume that was a tiger. Tara. Tigers, they sometimes eat livestock out in the wild. That's pretty common, and unfortunately, that's always a major financial problem for the owners. But now this one seems to attack animals directly next to humans, which means that she's become way too comfortable with our presence. I'm worried that we might have an urgent threat on our hands. Could you please keep following that track? I'm getting you some backup. A rainstorm? Yeah, they're a thing in the tropical climate of the Terai sometimes. But it's not monsoon season yet, so let's hope it will be a short one. What? The rainstorm has washed away the tiger's tracks. All of them. If you can't find any more tracks, that's okay. We'll just have to try something else. This could be really bad. I can't shake the feeling that Tara might become a man-eater. For what it's worth, I really appreciate you jumping right in and following through on such a dangerous assignment, even though you've only just arrived here. We couldn't have expected something like this.
Hello, Asmita. Do you read? Oh, are you the new contractor? Good to meet you. My name is Virendra Maji.
Ah, Birender Dai, at last. Yes, and our new colleague has already been able to track the tiger. It attacked livestock right next to a human.
Yes, I know. The backpack belongs to a young woman who lives in a village south of the river. She is fine now, but she felt the tiger wanted to attack her too. The tiger was roaming near my village today. One neighbor even thinks he saw a Kichkandi, a sort of female ghost. They are all very scared, as you can imagine. You and I need to go there and help them.
Everyone in the world has heard about some of our folklore creatures, like the Yeti. I mean, it's a cool legend and it's great for tourism. But you know that I'm more worried about threats in the real world, either to animals or to us. Not some mysterious spirit that saps your life force.
Do not make fun of what we do not understand, Asmita. You know, I saw strange things when I was a young man. In the young generation, some people do not believe. But I believe that there is a world we do not see. And I pray several times a day.
You know I'm not making fun of religion, Birender Dai. But I find some of these folklore stories a bit hard to believe.
The situation is very bad. The tiger was even in the village today and attacked the animals that were inside the enclosures.
Inside the enclosures? Oh no. Look, before we make any rash decision, we need to get to your village and double-check these reports.
These are not rumors, Asmita. If that is what happened, then you know what this means.
Yes, I know. You two should go to the village first. Did you have time to prepare the welcome gift for our new colleague, Dai? We were thinking of giving you a traditional Nepali knife called a kukuri. It's both a weapon and a tool. We use it for everything. Chopping wood, cutting through brush, skinning meat. As a ranger out here, you will need it.
Yes, it is ready. In Nepal, we are very proud of kukris. But to me, it is a tool I need in order to work every day. Let us be silent for a while and look out for the tiger. I am on my way. We will talk later.
And that's how you get killed by a tiger. Oh, man. And of course, they would respawn me way the hell over here instead of where I wanted to be. Alright, well, anyways, on with the missions.
All right. So, all the doors are closed in the village, and there are some broken fences. Can you see anyone?
No, I'm not surprised. Would you feel safe when you see a tiger roaming just outside your window?
You know, it is good to get help from an expert at a time like this. Please take the kukri. I left it on a table near my house. I made this one many years ago. I hope you will make good use of it. Do you want to test it? I am sure you can find some weeds to cut in the village. It will also make the village look a bit more like normal. Dhanyabad. Thank you. I think that kukri will become your favorite tool. If you want to help our village, one more thing you can do is to help us repair the damage the tiger has done. Can you please repair the broken enclosures? That way the animals will be safe again, after we take care of the tiger. Thank you. Out here everyone does their job and does their best for the community, even if you think your help is small. I think it would be nice for us to help the villagers by hunting some game for them. I have sent you the hunting area on your device. That would be a nice gesture from the reserve staff to show that we are doing our best to support them and that we do not defend the wildlife against them. And many of us are still waiting for compensation from the government after last year. Ke karne? You do not want to hear it, Asmita, but I think our tiger... We need to consider it a possible man-eater.
I was hoping it wouldn't come to that, but I agree. We've used all the resources we could to avoid it, but we can't let it harm people.
I agree. Then we need to capture it before it's too late. Time to start hunting then. Read the details on your device to see which species I am suggesting. This is a good way for you to study the species that are only present in South Asia. I am now close to the village, but I have not seen the tiger yet.
Good job. You're a quick learner, especially hunting in a part of the world you're not familiar with. Let's maybe hunt one more?
Bad news. The tiger is back. It is near the village. I am almost there.
Please go back to the village as soon as possible. Stay safe, both of you.
Yeah, we'll go back. I want to get this hunting structure built. I thought it was strange that it gave me quest completion just from one.
Did I hear a gunshot on your end? Are you both okay?
I am fine. I am fine. The tiger... It attacked Suraj. I had to shoot it. Can you hear me, Suraj? He is a neighbor. He is bleeding. But he is speaking with me. The tiger was already on him when I arrived. If I had not taken that shot right away, he would have died.
We're lucky that you were able to react so quickly. Good work.
I need to take care of him now. Can you take care of the tiger? Follow the blood trail and find the corpse of the tiger.
The corpse. Are you sure she's dead?
Yes, I am sure. I had a good line of shot and I landed a good shot. The man-eater will not suffer.
A man-eater. I hope Suraj's injuries aren't too serious. Now it's a completely different situation. We need to handle the tiger right away.
that looked like one hell of a good shot, eh? That big boy definitely went down, that's for sure. What we got over here?
Keep following the blood trail and stay on your guard, just in case she's not dead. Once you find the corpse, I hope we can find clues as to what drove that tiger to become a man-eater. Why did she get so comfortable? Or desperate?
Yeah, the tiger can wait. I want to get
As
that
I said
Singa.
earlier, Nepal's put a lot of effort into its wildlife conservation strategy in the last 30 years, and you could say we've been rather successful. However, it also means that there are more tigers competing for the same territory and prey. We've closely monitored the populations and their roaming areas, and we're making sure to give them enough space on the reserve and corridors that they can safely use. But recently, there have been more conflicts with the villages located on the reserve grounds. That's what Birendra was referring to. Nepal has had a few man-eaters that made the national headlines in the last few years, and no one wants that. You found the tiger dead? Birendra's a good shot. Inspect the corpse and let us know if you notice anything out of the ordinary. Something wrong with its canine teeth. Damaged, you said. Could you please send me a photo? Thanks. Look, you can see that only 2 canines are damaged. Really sharp damage, too. That usually doesn't happen to tigers out in the wild. That's also not from today, since Birendra only shot once, and in the heart. If you ask me, that's the work of poachers. We've suspected their presence in the region lately, but we weren't sure. So we have our answer. Because its canine teeth were badly damaged, the tiger couldn't catch its usual prey, because their hides are too thick. So it had to turn to easier targets and softer hides just to be able to eat livestock and humans. Ultimately, we did this. Birendra Dai, have you heard? We found the tiger had had its teeth shot before, probably by poachers.
Poachers, huh? That is really a shame. But maybe there is not much we can do, Asmita. Maybe we should show our friend what reality is here. There is a flip side to Nepal's successful conservation.
So, do you know anything about any poachers, Dai? Who they might be?
No, nothing. Sorry, I cannot help. You have reached the water buffalo grounds. Then let me tell you a bit about their story here. Wild water buffaloes have been reintroduced to the area, and they started interbreeding with our domestic water buffalo. Now the government does not know how to classify them or how to deal with them. So we are stuck until paper pushers make their decision, and our own domestic buffalo can't graze. This is why we need expert hunters as part of our staff. There's always some population control to be done.
Can you take care of some of the wild water buffalo for us?
It's not just in Tarai, you know. You'll see similar issues in all regions. Right, Asmita?
Things are not perfect, of course. We also have issues with Nilgai in the Pahad. Go back to the Pahad, near the spot I'm sending you on your hunter mate. It's good that you get an overview of the various issues we're dealing with.
The other day I had an argument with Manish, the young farmhand that works with me. He was desperate to find a poacher to help him make more money. I told him it was a bad idea, and he agreed. But I kind of understand him.
I know. People, when they can't put food on the table or when they lose livestock, they get desperate. But poaching is not the solution. All it does is turn people against wildlife, locals against the reserve, and at the end of the day, it harms everyone. us and the animals.
You have arrived at the Nilgai feeding grounds. You know, for us farmers, Nilgai are simply pests. They love feeding very close to our farms. But ever since the reserve has been established, farmers aren't allowed to clear them out anymore.
Hunting is illegal out here. Unless you're a foreign tourist and bought an expensive license, or if you're a warden with a special license. So their populations are out of control, since they have no natural predators, and they ruin our pastures for our own livestock.
The only thing we can do is have our wardens do some culling. But we're only a handful for such a massive territory. So we could use your help on that as well. Could you cull some Nilgai? At the end of the day, the world counts how many Bengal tigers or snow leopards are alive in Nepal. But they don't count the number of cattle lost to wildlife, or even human lives. They don't count how much money we lose.
The reserve. They're doing what they can to balance it out, but the bureaucracy is just too slow.
Sorry, Asmita, but you know everyone is waiting for compensation for loss of income from the higher-ups. Kya karne?
I know. What's to be done? I can only agree with you on that. We're just doing the best we can. But I disagree we should just give up. Virendra Dai, you told me things were even worse before the region became a reserve. It's not as bad as you presented. We've made great progress, and I want our friend here to see the good things as well.
Anyway, I think you understand our situation better now. Sometimes the decisions are made by people living in cities, and they never have set foot out here, or seen our farms, or the wildlife. We, the Tharu people, know best what to do about finding balance with wildlife here in Tarai. And there are lots of cultures in the Pahar who are experts in their own areas. Gurung, like Asmita, the Rai people, the Limbu. They solve problems from their offices. But here in rural areas, we're not their priority. That's the reality.
I don't agree that tourism is a bad thing. You've seen how much that foreign currency has helped us rebuild. The foreign tourists, they're a part of making this ecosystem thrive better, just like you and me. As long as we keep close control on what they're allowed to hunt, of course. But without the reserve's income, we'd be doing even worse. You know that. We have to stop the poachers. If they keep going after endangered species, the government will see this reserve as failing.
And shut it down. Yes, I have heard that there are some government grants that are hanging in the balance.
If the poachers keep causing damage, Dai, you and I will lose our jobs. Is that what you want? Was that a gunshot? It came from your area, my friend. You are in the eastern Pahad, Sati. I'm too far away. Where are you, Birendra Dai?
Still in Tarai. If you are close, our friend, we would appreciate it if you could go and have a look.
Try to find where the gunshot came from. Dai and I will also make phone calls.
I tried again to call the boy Manish, but he's not answering. I'm getting worried. He has not visited for 3 days, and that never happens. He usually comes to visit me and take care of my dog every day.
Stop calling him a boy. He's almost an adult, and it's possible he's made terrible decisions. I really hope for you and him that he's okay. Thank you for looking into this, my friend. We're so grateful we can count on you. I see. 2 different sets of footprints, a blood trail, and just 1 bullet casing, you said. Could you please take photos of the scene and send them to us? I want to work together on this one. You're right. A single shot was fired, and it was at point blank, based on the position of the blood and the bullet casing.
Do you see any trail at all? Those 2 people didn't just vanish. The blood trail continues, but you can only see one set of footsteps. Is that correct? You are heading towards the village, right? Is that where the blood trail is leading? That's where Manish and his father often stay, when they take their livestock roaming in the hills.
They used to have a large herd, but in the last few years, there's been fewer and fewer grazing grounds, and they lost a lot of heads.
The last earthquake hit them hard. The boy has never been the same since.
The blood trail led you to a house and the door is locked.
I just got a text from Manish. Please, my dad got shot in the leg. Please come help him. Everything is my fault. I should have listened to you. I have to go up north now. I don't have a choice. I hope the Kishkandi does not punish me first. That boy, he fled and went up to the Himal.
The Himal? On his own? What makes you say that?
That was something he said once. The easiest way to solve his problems would be to poach a snow leopard and sell it on to smugglers.
We need to stop him. We can't let that happen. Can you follow him to the Himal?
I appreciate you want to help, my friend, but you cannot go into Himal without preparation, or you will die.
I think we have a full mountain kit available in a village in the higher Pahad. Before you do anything, you should equip yourself properly. Do you realize what this means, Dai? After the tiger attack, if a snow leopard is poached and smuggled, we're going to lose our stipends and our jobs.
Manish would not do that, I know. That boy would not harm animals in vain.
Even if that's the truth, he's going to get himself killed all alone in the Himal. Regardless, we need to go after him. Inside, you'll find a mountain trekking kit. Don't go into the Himal without it. We know you're an expert at trekking in the wilderness on your own for long periods of time, but things are different here in Nepal, especially in the high mountains.
You are ready now, so it's time to go to the main Sherpa village. That is the most accessible part of Himal.
In the Himal, there are many dangers that you probably expect. The cold, getting lost, falling off, lower oxygen levels. But some foreigners, they underestimate how long it takes to adapt to the altitude. It can take days, sometimes weeks. It will, of course, affect your physical ability, but it can affect your mind as well. It's called altitude sickness. It can cause all kinds of symptoms, and in the worst cases, it can even cause hallucinations, dreamlike waking states, even in healthy individuals. Even for Nepali people coming from other regions, it's hard, so be prepared. Trekking in the Himal may be one of the most grueling experiences of your life.
Yeah,
I keep thinking about what Manish wrote in his text. That he's afraid the Kishkandi will take revenge on him.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe in the Kichkandi. It's a folklore legend.
There are things you just need to believe in, Asmita. And what matters is that Manish believes in it. That's why he's fleeing. And that's why I gave him that charm. The one our friend now has. What? You hearing us worse now?
Yeah, because of the altitude and remoteness. It's impossible to get a good signal in the Himal. Expect the signal to get even worse. We'll have to keep it short and clear. You made it to Sherpa Gaon. It's the largest Sherpa town on this reserve. I can imagine you're exhausted after this long trip. You'll need a break. This is the best spot you'll find. It's usually the main go-to place for the tourists on their treks with their guides. Looks very different from the Pad or Terai, right? I previously talked to our friend, the owner of the lodge. His name is Pasang Sherpa. I told him you were on your way and he said you could grab some food there. You need the energy.
So, altitude sickness is a real thing for those who don't know. Here in Colorado, we get several cases of tourists getting altitude sickness. They, like here in Colorado Springs, they'll arrive here from like Florida, Texas, lower elevation areas, and immediately want to go climb Pikes Peak or drive up the Pikes Peak Highway or take the Cog Railway to the top of Pikes Peak. And they find that once they get to the top of Pikes Peak, it's not as nice as they anticipated because they are throwing up, they're dizzy, they're short of breath, and in some extreme cases it can cause delusions and stuff like that. It's a very life-threatening thing. Thankfully, like at the top of Pikes Peak, there is medical staff, but for people who do the hunting trips and stuff like that, it can really jack them up. And at least once a year we get people who have to be medevaced out. So if you go to a higher elevation, make sure you stick around for, 3 days to a week before you decide to do anything crazy, like climbing mountains or doing a lot of exercise.
Are you full? Never underestimate it here.
Please take some rest, and we'll continue in the morning. Give your body and your mind time to adjust.
If you're ready, I suggest you head out to a lookout tower. Our best course of action is to search the surroundings and see if you can spot anything.
We need to find our boy Manish, and also check if he's been after the snow leopards, or if we even have one.
Tourism is the #1 industry in Nepal, and lots of foreigners who want to do trekking or climb mountains will come to Sherpa regions. You've probably heard of some Sherpa people who became famous as mountain guides, and that's a part of their activity. But a lot of them are business owners and have been thriving thanks to tourism. There are a lot of really spectacular places in the Himal, both natural sites and human-made sites. If you get the chance, feel free to visit them. But maybe after this whole issue?
The Himal may look like a harsh place where the living conditions are extreme, and that is partly true. But some cultures have lived there for centuries or millennia and are used to living that way. They even managed to thrive in the last few decades, partly thanks to tourism. So you have not seen anything strange up there? No smoke or fire?
I have an idea. If no one has seen him, how about we check the camera traps that we have left in place for snow leopards? Could you please go check our camera traps and retrieve the video cards? They even run snow leopard tours, which are very popular. But as a tourist, you have no guarantee you'll see one. We refuse to bait snow leopards for tourists, because they would gradually grow used to being closer to humans, and that would put them in danger.
I've never seen one myself. That was your dream when you were a little girl, right, Asmita?
Yeah, that's how it started, I think. I was obsessed with snow leopards as a child. I would draw them all the time. cards be flagged. Good job, Sati. We can really count on you.
You are breaking up again. We will need to keep it short.
Go to the nearby village, Sanogao, to analyze the photos on the video cards. Look and see if any snow leopards were caught on camera. Understood. Then use the computer to check the video cards. Let us know if you see any snow leopards on them. We work with scientists and conservationists regularly. Together, we spot animals and do an inventory of their populations. When I was a little girl, all I dreamed of was to go to university and study conservation biology. Become a scientist myself. Maybe even travel abroad. I was barely older than Trishna when I had to stop school to help my family. Only one camera caught a snow leopard. One? But it's all in the past now. I just hope that Trishna and Apeksha will get to make a choice for themselves.
And no sign of Manish? Or any poachers? That's good news, I guess.
I believe there's currently only a handful of snow leopards in our reserve at the moment, so we need to make sure they're safe and unharmed. Go back to the site where that snow leopard was spotted. If there's a poacher, it would be in its vicinity. What did you hear? A strange vocalization. That's the snow leopard. But you won't spot it that easily. I'm just relieved it's safe.
I just got a message from one of the Sherpa spotters. They think they saw a young man. Apparently he's... wow. All the way in the northeast. Very far from where you are.
If that's him, he wasn't after snow leopards at all then. He just wanted to escape after the accident with his dad.
Or he got completely lost. In any case, he needs help, even if he doesn't want it. Beware of the Kishkandi, Sati. Manish believes it is out to get him.
The only thing out there is altitude sickness. There's even less oxygen in that part of the reserve.
We got ourselves a snow leopard finally. Those suckers really are hard to spot, man. Let's go pick him up and see how we did. He's just a silver, but he's leucistic. Bleh, however you say that word. Leucistic. There we go. Oh, man. I'll take him. We're definitely going to tax this one.
Manish's diary. Are you sure? You are saying he drew Kishkandi on the last page. You have Manish's charm, so you are safe. But you need to make a fire to ward it off. What do you mean a shake? Are you okay?
Hey, wake up! Are you okay? I'll help you.
Namaste. Good to hear you're feeling better. Manish, he told us everything. He saw the fire you made from a distance and saw you pass out. He's been taking care of you. He told us what happened. He hired a poacher to pay his family's debt, but had second thoughts and wanted to call it off. But the poacher injured the tiger's teeth.
When Manish confessed to his dad, Mahesh wanted to take his gun away. But the safety was off and Mahesh accidentally shot himself. Manish thought he would be punished for this. But he's given himself up now and has given up the names of the poachers. So he'll be charged, but he'll be fine. You said you felt a mysterious presence and saw a ghostly snow leopard?
I don't know what happened to you out there. I'm not sure if you ordered anything off. But in any case, you committed to help Manish, and somehow that made him come to his senses.
Dhanyavad. Thank you for saving him. Now hopefully we can start onboarding you as a warden properly.
There's no shortage of work on the reserve, be it in the Tarai, Himal, or Bahad. Let's split up the work between us, and maybe things will look up. We know what's to be done.
Right, so I'm going to go ahead and say that is the end of the story missions. There's really nothing else for us. Not too bad, though. And somehow we... not initialized, but it says completed. That's weird. Yeah. So... I swear to God, man, EW keeps coming out with all these new DLCs that they want us to pay for, yet there's still bugs in this game, dating even back to 2017. But anyways, so we got side missions on here. We're not going to do these in the video. If I do side missions, there'll be a completely separate video. 90 kilograms or less? Huh. Blue sheep, gold, gold tar, gold fox, spotted black buck, construct tiger warning signs. This one actually wouldn't be too hard to do. I've already did 2 of them. So, photograph 10 water buffalo from 50 meters. Why would I want to do that? 50 nilgai. Yeah, okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to our rare lodge. Because we do have a snow leopard that we want to put on display. And I also have a question about the coloration of a yak. So stand by for that. I'm going to need y'all's help with that one. Can I put the leopard up here? Hell yeah, I can. Sweet. What kind of platform? Let's go with something like that. Does Sundarpatan have its own? It does. Cool. So... ooh, I kind of like that. I do kind of like that. That looks good too. So I want it kind of looking in, like I have these guys doing. Aw, he's so cute. Not so cute. Sleeping? Or resting, rather. I really kind of like that one. I think that's the one that I'm going to keep. And we're going to turn it in a little bit. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that works. That works. So, the one that I have a question on, guys, and maybe you can help me out here. I've got a dark red wild yak that I saved. Wait, no, that's not right. Saved harvest. Well, it's still dark red. My question is that rare? Is dark red rare? Because according to the companion app, dark red is not rare. But according to the wiki, it is. So, I need help here, guys. I need help. So if I go wildlife, I'm just rechecking the companion app. Because this is what I track my stuff on this app, right? So let's go fur types. Yeah, it's showing dark red is common. Yet the wiki says dark red is rare. So I don't know if I should keep this one or not. Let me know in the comment section below. Should we tax this one and display him or no? Because I've got too many conflicting answers. I want this lodge to be anything that's lower than a diamond, but rare fur types. So I mean, we've got piebald, we've got melanistic, we got the eclipse, leucistic. That one was really nice. I like that one. Another piebald, leucistic, albino. So I mean, we've got stuff here. I don't know if that yak would necessarily belong. So let me know in the comments section below and we'll go from there. But either way, where are we going from here, guys? From here, ooh, we are going to go to Australia, down to the Emerald Coast. So, in the next video, that is where we will pick up. If you like this one, hit that like button. If I've earned it, hit the subscribe button. And as always, be safe, be cool, and have fun. We'll catch you in the next one.